Hello, everybody. Welcome to another fun and awesome episode of Youth Connect. I'm Aiden.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Nibras.
I'm Logan.
I'm Jeffrey.
And welcome to our Youth Connect. Hello, everybody. It is so awesome to see you again. Happy Friday. I hope that you're having an awesome Friday. And you know what? Awesomely enough, we have gotten Logan for this week's episode. How awesome. And we have Nibras again. Always such an honor to have him here. But for those who don't know, Youth Connect is a news, interest, entertainment show that was created during the pandemic, for the community, by the community. And Youth Connect is more than just a news, interest, entertainment show. That it is more than that. It is here to create a platform of inclusion and acceptance, one episode at a time. And on top of that, we are all advocates of all abilities, and as broadcasters, entertainers, we want to be including opportunities for acting jobs, directing, writing, chefs, speakers, artists, and musicians. And I hope it's going to be a show that you absolutely love. And I really hope that my co-hosts are ready today. Are you guys ready to share some awesome news to everybody that's tuning in today? Yes. Thumbs up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Woo. All right. But if you guys know, the first thing that we always have to do is some gaming news. All right, guys. For the first news, we always have to bring that video game of the week. Now, this is a game that is either going to be coming out, an old classic, or a game that is coming out soon. And today is more of an old classic released a few years, or technically a year ago. And this game actually was quite interesting because one of my friends actually suggested it to me. And on the surface, the game looks fun. But on the deep down, you gotta learn that this game has over 12 pages just for movement mechanics, like backflip, aerial into a dodge roll. This game is quite shocking, but the premise and the art style is really cute. May I introduce you to the game called Rain World? So what is Rain World? Well, Rain World, you are a slug cat. The world around you is full of danger, and you must face it alone. Separated from your family in a devastating flood, you will need to find food and shelter between terrifying torrential downpours which threaten to drown all life. You will have to climb through the ruins of an ancient civilization, evade the jaws of vicious predators, and discover new lands teeming with strange creatures and buried mysteries. Find your family before something makes a meal out of you. So this game was inspired by the simplicity and aesthetics of the 16-bit classics. This survival platformer requires clever decision-making, both to catch your own prey and to avoid the jaws of hungry predators. And let me just say, guys, that this game requires you to really pay attention. And did you know this? Rain World has an interesting mechanic where if you get taken by a predator, something grabs them with your claws, as long as you're not thrown off screen, you are technically still alive. So it's like you have to play dead, and once they leave, then you can run away. This game is amazing. Each ravenous foe is in your path and will be cunning, vicious, and every single one has a unique way of catching you. So this game is quite interesting. And maybe in the end of it all, if you're smart enough, if you are cunning enough, if you use your wits, then you might be able to survive Rain World. I thought this game looks amazing. I actually might need to try it out on the weekend. Looks like a lot of fun, and I really hope that you check it out as well. It is a really cool game. Please check it out. As scary as it might sound, I mean, most survival games kind of have that, but it's like a 2D survival game, so it's quite interesting. Anyways, though, next up is Kevin, and Kevin's going to be sharing with us some all-important news, and I just cannot wait to hear the interesting fact that's going to be shared.
Hello, welcome to Youth Connect News, where I'm your host, Kevin Aruja. So let's get it right into the headlines. Canada's Wonderland is teasing new rides. Transit agencies launches fare evasion campaign, which is increasing fare inspection. The Toronto Blue Jays reveal what Rogers Centre looks like ahead of 2024 home opener. And the Calgary ski jumper Alexandria Lutit wins World Cup silver in Slovenia. For more than 2 decades, a ride at Canada's Wonderland has seen guests freefall from 47 meters above ground before swinging over those wondering if they're brave enough to try themselves. Extreme Skyflyer has been a staple of the Vaughan amusement park since 1996, but its time has caused to come to an end. Canada's Wonderland recently announced that the ride has been dismantled and removed after nearly 1.2 million swings. The decommissioning of the Extreme Skyflyer is part of several changes happening at the park ahead of its May 3rd seasoning opening. The spokesperson Grace Peacock gave the public behind the scenes look at the work underway in the video posted on TikTok, which includes the introduction of the new ride, a relocated entrance, and several renovations and construction projects. Moosehorn Falls, which is described as a giant boomerang water slide, is set to be unveiled on May 25th to coincide with the opening of the Canada's Wonderland water park. Splashworks, according to the park's website, the slide is inspired by the waterfalls on the Broad River, along with the Moosehorn Trail in Fundy National Park. The NBN features a 13-meter zero-gravity wall. Peacock also teased a new entrance to the park, which will see guests travel underneath the massive roller coaster Leviathan. Other changes include a facelift to the Backlot Cafe, a switch to electricity for a beloved ride, Vikings Rage, and a new VIP lounge exclusively for Prestige pass holders. There is also a lot of constructions underway near Wonder Mountain, and some of the buildings in the Alpine area of the park have been removed or relocated, including Tiny Tom Donuts. Peacock said there will be a special announcement about some of the other construction projects at the park in early April. The Toronto Transit Commission is said it lost $124 million in revenue last year due to fare evasion, so it is launching a new campaign to remind people of the importance of paying fares. A newly released internal audit report found the fare evasion was at nearly 12% in 2023, almost double in a 2018 rate of 6%. The problem is most prevalent in streetcars, where the fare evasion rate is 29.6%, with an estimated revenue loss of $30.2 million. It is followed by buses and subway stations. The report also found that 94% of the riders using child passes despite not being 12 years old and under. The results of the report prompted the TTC to roll out a new fare evasion campaign this week. One poster reads, "Tap to improve service," while another says, "Tap to improve safety." Another poster advertised the City Fare Pass program for those who cannot afford to pay a fare. In addition to the campaign, the TTC said riders can expect to see increased fare inspection at locations where it's known to be prevalent. Early last year, the TTC brought back fines for fare evasion after 3 years pauses due to COVID-19, saying it had become a huge problem. The $300 million renovations at Rogers Centre are almost complete after the Toronto Blue Jays Stadium was all but ripped to the core over the last 2 years. In a sneak peek posted by the team on Monday, fans got to see what the ballpark looks like in the most detailed view, just weeks away from the home opener on April 8th. The video starts with a time lapse of the Barron baseball diamond, which now includes 3,000 fewer square feet of foul territory, and shows crews rolling out the turf, tightening seat crews, and combining the infill dirt. Phase 2 of the Rogers Centre renovations began after the Jays' 2023 season came to an end following a brief appearances in the playoffs. The latest round of upgrades focused on the 100 level, which was fully demolished and now features upgraded seats with improved sidelines, adjustable armrests, and cup holders. At the end of the 2022 season, new seats and gathering areas were introduced to the 500 level, dubbed the Outfield District. The Dome, as it affectionately referred to by fans, turns 35 years old this year and uses to be a home to the Toronto Raptors as well as the Toronto Argonauts. Toronto Blue Jays president and CEO Mark Shapiro has said the renovations are aimed at making the Rogers Centre a dedicated ballpark and could extend the life of the arena by another 10 to 15 years. And in sports news, Canada's Alexandria Lutit clinched the World Cup silver in women's ski jumping on Thursday, marking her seventh podium finish of the season in the year's final competition. The 20-year-old from Calgary posted a two-jump to a total of 242.1 points in the normal hit competition. She finished behind gold medalist Eva Pinkelnig of Austria and ahead of Nika Previc of Slovenia. The second place showing lifted Lutit into the third place overall in the final World Cup season standings. Previc claimed the crystal globe in the women's ski jumping overall ranking, while Pinkelnig finished the season in second place. Lutit hadn't stood on the podium since winning bronze on January 27th at a normal hill event in Ljubno, Slovenia, spanning 13 races. Her season included 6 individual podium finishes and a silver medal in the team event alongside fellow Calgarian Abigail Strait on January 20th in Japan. The 23-year-old Strait notched 4 podium finishes this season, ranking 17 in the World Cup standings. In today's weather forecast, we've got a mix of light snow this afternoon. The temperature is now -2 degrees. And tomorrow we will get mainly sunny. The temperature will be 2 degrees. You know what's my topic for the interesting fact of the week? This is Toronto Blue Jays, one behind me. So today I'm going to talk about the story about Toronto Blue Jays. The Toronto Blue Jays are a professional baseball team based in Toronto, Ontario, which is here now. Since their establishment in 1977, they have become an integral part of a Major League Baseball and have left an edible mark on the spot. With a rich history and a passionate fan base, the Blue Jays have always been a force to be reckoned with the baseball world. So let's get to the 8 fascinating facts about the Toronto Blue Jays. The Toronto Blue Jays were established in 1977. The Blue Jays joined Major League Baseball as an expansion team in 1977, becoming the first non-U.S. team to compete in the league. The team's color are royal blue, navy blue, and white. The Blue Jays' official logo features a blue jay bird holding a baseball bat encompassed by a roundel with the team's name and colors. The team plays its home games at the Rogers Centre. Yes, the Rogers Centre, formerly known as the Sky Dome, is a multi-purpose indoor stadium located in downtown Toronto and has been the Blue Jays' home since 1989. The Blue Jays have won 2 World Series championships. Yes, in 1992 and 1993, the Blue Jays became the first and only Canadian team to win a prestigious World Series title. The team has produced numerous Hall of Fame players. The Blue Jays legends such as Roberto Alomar, Joe Carter, and Roy Halladay have been enshrined in the National Baseball Hall of Fame. The Blue Jays have a strong fan base. The team has a loyal following of fans known as the Blue Jays Faithful, who pack the Rogers Centre during home games, creating an electrifying atmosphere. The Blue Jays had a record-breaking season in 1987. In 1987, the Blue Jays set a franchise record with 96 wins, which led to the first ever American League East Division title. And the last fact is the team is known for a strong pitching staff. Over the years, the Blue Jays have had a reputation for developing talented pitchers and boasting a formidable rotation. With that, I come to the end of my segment. Tune in for next week's news, weather, and our very own interesting fact. Have a great weekend, folks, and it's back to Aiden.
I think the best thing to talk about is that, awesomely enough, I remember hearing about the news being like, oh, it's going to be a relatively clear day today. And now that I look outside, it is completely white as, white as my beautiful dog Chebe. And if I could get Chebe, I would. He's all the way over there. Hey, Cheb, are you as white as snow? I think he's as white as snow. But honestly, the weather's awesome. So thanks to Kevin, we know what's coming up in the upcoming forecast. So thank you so much, Kevin. Uh, you know what? Does anybody else want to share what was their favorite part of Kevin's news? Do you guys have a favorite part?
For me, the Canada's Wonderland was very interesting. I
Alright.
mean, hmm
That's
I
that's
remember
good.
I remember going there as a kid, and just it's great how it's all changed since then.
You know what? Things sometimes need to change with times, as you know. So it's always good to hear with Kevin's news because I always get to learn about things that are a little bit more on the miscellaneous side. So things that I really wouldn't specifically look for because I'm more of a game news person. So I only know about gaming news. So, but thanks to Kevin, I know about the rest of the news like weather and sports and a little mishmash here and there. Thank you so much, Kevin. I appreciate it. And now it is time to move on to our second gaming news. I hope you're ready for this. So we know that Nintendo is very stingy in the way that when people use their property in other videos. And according to a YouTuber, the Pokemon company requested that YouTube remove a 7-year-old video showcasing modded Pokemon monsters in a Call of Duty Zombies match. On March 19th, Noah J456, a popular Call of Duty content creator who has over 5 million subscribers on YouTube, tweeted an image of a copyright removal strike email. The email appears to notify them that a video on their channel featuring modded Pokemon, as you can see right here, had been removed directly via request from the Pokemon company. Noah J456 also tweeted a warning to other YouTubers with videos featuring any kind of Pokemon mods, telling them to delete or unlist that content ASAP. So, in a follow-up tweet responding to a user asking if the popular creator can appeal the strike, Noah J456 acknowledged that the Pokemon company was technically within their right to strike the video from its channel, and seems unlikely that an appeal would work. Unless they have a change of heart, LOL, as he says, the strike will stay. The situation has spooked some Pokemon content creators who fear that the Pokemon company may be ramping up its fight against modded content and videos featuring the famous pocket monsters. So I'm going to be scared because anybody who's been making those videos about Pokemon may have their videos completely striked. I almost forgot to mention, but if the content creator gets 3 strikes, he loses his channel forever. So hopefully, if you are a content creator and you have been doing Pokemon content, unlist and delete the video. I say unlist because you don't want to delete the video. But if you want to be safe, be safe. Anyways, though, this has been your second game news. Why did I talk about this news? Because you know what, guys? Nintendo is a pain in the butt, especially with the fact whenever you create something fan-made, sometimes they are very stingy with the way that they treat the community with their community-made projects. So they might be cracking down. Do be ready, though, because I think that next up is Mario. So watch out. That's all I'm saying. It's a friendly reminder to watch out if you are making Mario or Pokemon or any Nintendo-themed content. Anyways, though, next up, we have Nibras for some entertainment and podcast news.
Hello, everybody. How are you guys today? My name is Nibras Khan, and I'm yours for the entertainment news. Let's get straight to our top story. And our top story is about. And now, this is an exciting top story. A movie adaptation of the hit video game series The Sims has entered development with Barbie star Margot Robbie attached as producer. Yes, The Sims was released in Feb 2000, the 10th best-selling video game franchise of all time. The series has sold more than 200 million copies and generated over $5 billion. A live action adaptation was first planned back in 2007, but which was cancelled in 2019 due to Disney's acquisition of 20th Century Fox. According to reports from the Hollywood Reporter, a movie adaptation of The Sims could finally become a reality, with the announcement that the project is in development with with Robbie's production company Lucky Chap Entertainment. Loki season 1 director Kate Herron is attached as the director and will co-write the screenplay with Doctor Who writer Bryony Redman. Roy Lee's Vertigo Entertainment, which recently produced the adaptation of the video game franchise Five Nights at Freddy's, will also produce the project, while Electronic Arts, which publishes the game, will be involved in a creative role. Adapting a beloved video game series for the big screen is always a gamble, and while some like Sonic the Hedgehog are met with praise, there are also been flops such as Silent Hill. Robbie and Lucky Chap are still riding the crest of a wave following the huge success of the Barbie movie, which shares similar traits with Sims. Both have no real narrative and feature customizable characters whose lives and choices are controlled by players, and both have a great scope for adaptation due to their widespread appeal. Barbie showed that there is certainly a market for adapting pre existing intellectual property across other mediums. And Lucky Chap is the perfect production company to produce The Sims because they produced the Barbie movie. I am very, very excited for this news. I hope Aiden is excited because I love this game. Been playing since like so many years, like when I was very young. Like I played it like a few months ago. I love this game and I'm very, very excited. Comment down below if you have heard about the game and if you're excited about the movie. Now to my second story. And before I go to my second story, I like to give you guys a fact of the day. And today's fact of the day is drum roll, please. Did you guys know? I love this fact. Did you guys know the inventor of the frisbee was turned into a frisbee? Yes, that's true. So, listen up. Walter Morrison, the inventor of the frisbee, expressed a quirky wish in his will to have his ashes turned into a frisbee. True to his request, his ashes were incorporated into a limited action edition series of frisbees, allowing him to soar through the skies even after his passing. Oh my god, I love this fact. So I was just like I was just scrolling and I just saw this small video, YouTube video, which the person was like talking about frisbees, and he just had a small fact, and I got this fact again. The inventor of the frisbee was turned into a frisbee. Imagine that. That's amazing, man. That's amazing. Now to my second story, of course. My second story is the podcast. So the podcast name is Lens Work, Photography, and the Creative Process. A random observation on art, photography, and the process. These short 2 to 4 minute talks focus on the creative process in fine art photography. Lens Work editor Brooks Jensen sidesteps offer stimulating mixed ideas, experience, and observation from his 35 years as a fine art photographer, writer, and publisher. Topics include a wide range of subjects from finding subject matter to presenting your work and building an audience. So I love this podcast. He gives tips how to focus the camera, how to use the camera, how to present your work to audience, and so much more. It's just this was recommended from a friend. He's a photographer, so he just listened to it. If you're a photographer, if you just like to take pictures and want to take better pictures, go and listen to the podcast. The name is Lens Work Photography, the Creative Process by Brooks Jensen. Now that's all from me. As always, this is Nibras Khan from Youth Connect. I'll see you all next week. Thank you. Take care. Back to Aiden. Bye guys. I hope you enjoyed this section.
fun fact, Nibras, two things. I did not know that Margot Robbie is working on a movie for The Sims. And honestly, it is going to be quite interesting because, well, she did an amazing job with the Barbie movie. And I'm kind of worried with the premise. Hopefully, they're going for like a sim realizes that they're not actually, or they're in a game or something. Because if you think about it, Sims is like, you're figuring, you create it yourself. And I feel like that premise would be very confusing. So if they figure out like, oh, we're in the Matrix, I feel like that's when the movie would be interesting. What do you think,
Yeah,
Nibras?
maybe. But I'm excited and I'm hopeful. Let's have an open mind. Let's just yeah, and yeah, maybe it could be good, right? Who knows?
Yep. You know what? You got positives for me, and hopefully it will go good. Okay, so I have a quick section for you guys, and quickly I would like to go over community news. You know how important it is for me to talk about what's happening in our community, and today is quite interesting because here's some news. If you guys know, there were several events that actually happened. First of all, if you guys know, this week was all about neurodiversity. And today, and during the entire week this week, we celebrated neurodiversity week, and we did events. Like, if you know, Sammy and Puneet were at an event selling their bracelets because they were promoting their entrepreneurship. I was doing art to share the creativity of art and my experiences of somebody with a disability, doing paint classes, painting with others. If you guys know, World Down Syndrome Day was yesterday, and it was Mismatch Sock Day. And honestly, what a great way of promoting such an important event. And you know what? It was awesome to see because, you know what, friends and family could come together and appreciate it. And also, I've seen that my community, I do it sometimes. Sometimes I just don't put on the right socks sometimes. So I love that. And if you guys know, our Super Ability crew is having an on week. So get ready for some music, get ready for some cooking, some science, some art, everything and in between, everybody. There's some exciting things happening during next week and a lot of awesome events that happened this week. I hope you're excited for next week because there's going to be even more awesome news to share with you guys. Anyways, though, I got to keep the ball rolling. And next up, we have Logan. And I just cannot wait to hear what cooking knowledge he has this time.
Hello, Youth Connect. I am Logan. I am back from a 2-week break to get my laptop fixed, and I'm coming in with an interesting topic for today. Today, I'll be talking about the Michelin Guide. Now, you've probably heard of the Michelin stars before. If you've followed anything related to cooking for even just a little bit, you probably heard of what a Michelin star is and how it's this extravagant ranking system used to donate like the cream of the crop, the tip of the top in the restaurant business. But today I'm going to go into a little bit of history regarding the Michelin stars and the Michelin Guide company. So what I have here is a picture of the very first Michelin Guide that was created in the early 1900s. And right here is a picture of the Michelin Man, mascot of the Michelin Tire Company. And if you're wondering why I'm showing you a picture of this guy, it's because the Michelin Tire Company and the Michelin Guide are actually the same company. It's not a coincidence. So the Michelin Guide was first created in the 1900s by the Michelin Tire Company. And this very first edition of the book is actually drastically different from what it is today. This guy, so you see a little bit of history. During the cars may be a common sight nowadays, but in the early 1900s, the automobile was pretty much a very new thing that only the extravagantly rich can afford. And so the Michelin Tire Company, they published this book marketing it to those extravagantly rich people as a sort of guide for aspiring motorists. It would contain information on stuff like maps, petrol station locations, where you can go to get tire replacements, as well as hotels and different roadways across France. As the Michelin Guide would evolve, though, the guide would prominently contain information on local high-end restaurants. From there, the guide would evolve further, and Michelin would decide to start ranking these restaurants using stars between 1 to 3. And this goes into what the Michelin Guide is best known for today, their Michelin star ranking system. So basically how this works is that sometimes Michelin will send an anonymous inspector to some restaurant or hotel that they want to check out, ranking them between 1 to 3 Michelin stars, pictured here, based on how their experience went. Now, they have a very tough ranking system. It is hard to get even 1 star. If you want an idea as to how hard it is, there's an estimated 15 million restaurants on the planet, and of them, there are only 2,500 restaurants that have Michelin stars. That means that if your restaurant has 1 Michelin star, the Michelin considers it to be at the 0.0001% of all restaurants in the world. That is pretty absurd. Not only that, but once you get a Michelin star, you don't get to keep it forever. Restaurants who are awarded the Michelin stars have to work very, very hard to keep them, as the Michelin Guide will return again, and if they decide that your restaurant has fallen in quantity, started to get into their heads, they might choose to take their stars back. Now, the general public, Michelin stars are highly considered to be a very prestige award given to only the best of the best in restaurants. But the Michelin Guide and the Michelin star ranking system are not without some controversies. Now, Michelin, being a French company, has been accused in the past of having a bias towards giving stars specifically to restaurants that are either in France or like to specialize in French cuisine. Now, France, the company that Michelin origins from, has the most 3-star Michelin restaurants out of any country. Not only that, but many countries that border France, like Germany, Italy, and Spain, also have very high Michelin star counts. And people have accused Michelin for having a bias towards these countries specifically because they share that border with France. But those countries aren't the only ones that Michelin has a bias towards. They also accuse that Michelin has a bias towards Japanese cuisine. Now, Japan has the most Michelin star restaurants of any country. Well, what I said before was that France had the most 3-star restaurants, but Japan has the most restaurants that have Michelin stars. And so Michelin was kind of accused of having a bias towards Japanese cooking, and in fact, in 2010, they awarded over 100 stars just in the city of Tokyo alone. Now, the conspiracies as to why people are saying that Japan is a bias are actually kind of funny. They kind of accuse Michelin of awarding so many stars to the country in an attempt to bolster sales of Michelin tires in the country and to make it the top automobile company in the country, which I think is a pretty funny claim. But it's not just the countries that they've been giving stars to that people are critical of. Michelin has also been criticized for exactly how they rank their restaurants. Specifically, how they seem to favor restaurants that have an emphasis on formality and presentation. You know how it is. Like very small portions, very expensive ingredients, high markup prices, and food that looks more like an art piece compared to a meal, instead of taking a more casual approach to fine dining. Now, Marco Pierre White, a chef who is probably best known in the culinary industry for being the teacher of Gordon Ramsay, famously gave his 3 Michelin stars back to Michelin. He did not like the glamourness and excessiveness of dining that the guide encouraged and decided that he wanted to return to something more traditional. He even said on the matter, quote, "I am being judged by people who know less about cooking than I do," which, geez, what a savage. But he's not the only one to return his stars back. Many other restaurant owners have also been reluctant to receive Michelin stars or have begged Michelin to take them away, saying that the stars overwhelmed them in terms of booking, and it upset their local customers who were not very pleased to see their local joints being turned into essentially tourist traps that are heavily overbooked. Now, perhaps in response to these criticisms, Michelin has actually created a few more different accolades, different rewards besides the Michelin stars. And these awards are given to restaurants who don't follow the usual Michelin ranking system. They're a bit more conventional, a bit more traditional. I think that their additions were very nice. And I'll go over these awards right now. The first award that I'll talk about is the Michelin Bib Gourmand. It was started in 1997. Here is the logo that denotes it. Hey, look, it's the Michelin Man. Oh, how things go full circle. And so what the Bib Gourmand is used for is it is awarded to restaurants to specifically serve good cuisine and at an affordable price. In order to qualify for a Bib Gourmand, a restaurant has to have dishes that are at most, at the absolute highest, $40 US per customer. Now that's still pretty expensive, but compared to some restaurants that Michelin grades where it can be like hundreds of dollars per customer, I would say that this is a pretty good addition. And it allows Michelin to highlight restaurants that are probably more affordable to the common person while still providing an excellent dining experience. Now, the next Michelin award that I'll go over is the Plate Michelin. Here's the symbol that denotes it. And it was started in 2016. Only one is given per restaurant, and it is given to restaurants who, quote, simply serve great food, whatever that means. It's pretty broad, and it essentially allows Michelin to highlight restaurants that simply have to give callbacks to restaurants that have outstanding food quality compared to the usually presentation and experience-based ranking of the Michelin stars. Now, there is one more accolade that I'll go over. This is the most recently added one. This is the Michelin Green Star. It was started in 2020, and only one is given per restaurant. Now, a restaurant qualifies for a Michelin Green Star if they demonstrate excellence in terms of using sustainable and environment-friendly food practices. This can be stuff like owning their own garden where they grow their plants, raising their own animals for slaughter, reusing leftovers effectively in new dishes, or perhaps buying their ingredients from trusted, local, and sustainable providers. Restaurant owners who receive this award are not only given the accolade, but they're even given their own section on Michelin's website, where they may explain their mission statement and their visions for the sustainable food practices that they provide. So anyway, that would just about do it for today's lesson in the Michelin Guide. Thank you very much for watching, and back to you, Aiden.
Okay, so I've learned something. I had no idea that Michelin, the white tire man, is actually related to the Michelin star. I thought they were two entirely different people. But as I could see on the website, that is the Michelin man. And I am quite shocked. You know what? I definitely see Michelin stars as a way of showing how amazing your food is. But let's just say that the food prices are a little bit high. The only one that I could find in near Oakville that was relatively decent priced is called Chica's Chicken. Only one called Chica's Chicken. And surprisingly enough, Chica's Chicken, I think, has a 1 Michelin star. Yes, it has a 1 Michelin star. Crazily enough, and the food prices are really good. You know what, Logan? Have you been to have you been to a Michelin star restaurant before? Or can you not really think of one off the top of your head?
You know what? It's very funny that you say that Chica's Chicken is a Michelin-starred restaurant, because I actually do remember going to that once. I think it was before they got their star, because I would have known about it otherwise. But yeah, that was
obviously that tells me that this is a interesting place that I need to go to. Guys, if you are on Dundas Street and you are in Toronto, you got to go to Chica's Chicken. Actually, I'm going to Toronto tomorrow, so I might need to go get Chica's Chicken, because that looks absolutely amazing. And their chicken size is ginormous. Oh. Now, what about you, Nibras, or Kevin, or Jeff? Do you guys know of any Michelin star restaurants that you've been to?
You know what? I would like to go to Toronto and get a Chica's Chicken.
I agree. You know what? It looks absolutely delicious. What about you, Nibras? Oh, wait. Nibras, you're muted.
Sorry, I've actually not been into a Michelin star, but one day if the wallet is bigger, if it has some, then maybe hopefully we'll go to a Michelin star restaurant.
You know what? Sounds like a plan. We'll do a group Michelin star visit.
Yeah, but one wish I really want to go to a restaurant is, do you know Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen?
Yeah,
I really want to go there and eat the food there.
I heard that the food prices are a little bit higher, but
they're absurd. Not higher, absurd. It's really, really high. Very expensive, man.
You know what? It's a one-lifetime experience. That's what we like to say. As long as we all go together, I feel like it'll be a fun experience.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Logan. Cooking knowledge is always interesting, and we learned so much about Michelin stars. Now, who's up next? I think that oh my goodness, a little bit of a hiccup there. I think we need a little bit of music. So next up, we're going to be having Jeffrey with his live music.
Hi everybody, how's everybody doing? It is that time again to bring you some live music from myself, Jeffrey, your live musician. And for this song, I'm going to be playing our Super Ability Crew theme song. So here we are. You can be inspired, perhaps find someone to hire. Need a person to speak, maybe in a few weeks. But it's time for an artist, a practice to do. We have something for every occasion, all you can do. Keep bracelets to look pretty, perhaps someone to sing a ditty. Musician for hire, surely inspired, and so much more to explore. Marvelous galore. The possibilities endless, can't you see? Stand together in victory. We are super ability crew. We are super ability crew. If you need bracelets to be pretty, maybe you need someone for pictures, take you on a photography tour. Maybe you want someone to paint you in mystical view or something new. Or perhaps you want to see yourself in another angel. It is all a key. It's definitely all up to you, you see. Always gonna be you, and can't you see? Stand together in victory. We are super ability crew. We are super ability crew. The others will stay here, guide us too. You can have someone tell you news, you choose. Possibility is endless, can't you see? Stand together, victory. We are super ability crew. We are super ability crew. You inspired, that's fine, someone to hire. You're the person to speak. Maybe in a few weeks. A photographer, an artist, a broadcaster too. You have someone for every occasion, all you do. Any bracelets to look pretty. Have someone sing a ditty. Musician flyer, you'll be sure inspired. So much more to explore. All cars galore. Possibilities endless, can't you see? Stand together in victory. We are super ability crew. We are super ability crew. They need someone for pictures. Take you on a photography tour. If you want someone to meet you in a mystical view with something new. Or perhaps you want to see yourself in another angel. Computers are the key. It's technically all up to you, you see. Stand together in victory. We are a super ability crew. We are a super ability crew. The lovers, yes they are here, gunners too. You could have you could even have some to tell you the news. You choose. Most of the is endless, can't you see? Stand together, victory. We are super ability crew. We are super ability crew. Thank you everybody so much. This is Jeffrey, your live musician. I'll see you all next week, and make sure to check out my website, jeffreyinkerman.com. Anyways, it's back to you, Aiden. Bye, everybody.
All right. Thank you so much, Jeff. You know what? I feel like that Super Ability Crew song kind of fits well with our community news because honestly, we are the Super Ability Crew. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Youth Connect. If you like Youth Connect, make sure to like, make sure to comment, and subscribe.
And don't forget
sorry.
to turn
And
on
don't
the
forget to click the notification bell.
Okay, I was wondering where in the world was Kevin? So wait, Kevin, one more time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And don't forget to click for notification bells so you're gonna get missed
All
every single
right,
video.
there we go. Second try is the way. Anyways, guys, I really hope that you have a great rest of your weekend. You know what? Stay busy. Spend time with family. Enjoy the snow. It is so beautiful outside. I think I might need to call in for a snow day tomorrow. Other than that, have a great weekend. And we will see you all next Friday. Thank you so much, Nibras. Thank you, Logan. Thank you, Jeff. And thank you so much, Kevin. Catch you later, guys. And see you
Bye.
next Friday.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
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 Bye.